Hello, friends. Welcome to this series in which we are discussing the multiple choice questions of Indian polity. Today, let us discuss 10 multiple choice questions on the topic High Courts and Subordinate Courts. First question: which among the following High Courts was not established in the year 1862? So, this was the year when the first three High Courts were established by the Act of 1861. So, you have to tell which of the following is not one of those three High Courts. The options are A. Calcutta High Court, B. Delhi High Court, C. Madras High Court, or D. Bombay High Court. The correct answer is B. Delhi High Court. So since Calcutta, Madras and Bombay were the three presidencies under the British rule, these were the three cities where high courts were established by the Act of 1861. Delhi High Court was established many years after the independence of India. Second question: at present, how many high courts are there in India? Options are A 25, A 21, B 25, C 32, or D 28. The answer is B 25. So till 2018 there were 24 high courts in India, but in 2019 Telangana High Court was formed. Since Telangana was a new state out of the state of Andhra Pradesh, in 2019 it got its separate high court. So with that, the number of high courts went from 24 to 25. Third question: who has the power to extend the jurisdiction of the high court to any union territory or exclude the jurisdiction of high court from any union territory? The options are A. Parliament, B. President, C. Governor, or D. Supreme Court. The correct answer is A. Parliament. So in India, since we are following a system of integrated judiciary, now integrated judiciary means that the Supreme Court and High Courts, they do not come under the state jurisdiction. They are centrally and organically interconnected. So any decision regarding the jurisdiction of Supreme Court as well as High Courts is taken only and only by the Parliament of India. Fourth question: the judges of a High Court are appointed by whom? The options are A. Chief Justice of India, B. Chief Justice of the concerned High Court, C. the President of India, or D. the Collegium. The answer is C. President. So the Collegium does not appoint the judges, the Collegium selects the judges. Therefore, there is a difference between appointment and selection. Fifth question: which of the following are the qualifications for a person to be appointed as a judge of a high court? Options are A. she should have held a judicial office in the territory of India for 10 years, B. she should have been an advocate of a high court for 10 years, C. she should be a distinguished jurist in the eyes of the president, or D. A and B only. The correct answer is D. A and B both, or either of these. Therefore, option C is incorrect because the provision where a distinguished jurist in the eyes of the president can be appointed as a judge exists only for the Supreme Court and not for the High Court. Sixth question: choose the incorrect statement vis-a-vis the removal of a High Court judge. The options are A. the removal motion can be initiated in either House of Parliament, B. the removal procedure is laid down under Article 217 of the Constitution, C. a 3-member committee investigates into the charges, or D. none of the above. Since the question is asking us an incorrect statement, option B is incorrect because the procedure to remove a judge is not laid down under the Constitution, rather it is laid down under the Judges Inquiry Act of 1968. So the Constitution does not prescribe the procedure for removal of judges of High Courts and Supreme Court. Seventh question: what is the maximum period for which the President can appoint additional judges of a High Court? Options are A. 1 year, B. 2 years, C. 6 months, or D. 5 years. The answer is B, 2 years. So in case a particular high court is operating below its capacity and it needs some additional judges, the president has the power to appoint such additional judges of a high court. But the tenure of such additional judges should not be more than 2 years. This is prescribed under the Constitution. Eighth question, which provision of the Constitution empowers the High Court to issue writs? The options are A. Article 219, B. Article 32, C. Article 37, or D. Article 226. The correct answer is D. Article 226. So there are five types of writs that can be issued by the courts. First is the writ of habeas corpus, that is against illegal detention. Then there is a writ of mandamus, which means we command, in which a public servant is asked to perform his duty. Third is the writ of certiorari, in which the higher court asks a lower court whether it is certified to pass a particular judgment or not. Fourth is the writ of prohibition, under which a lower court can be stopped from exceeding its jurisdiction or to quash a case. And fifth is the writ of quo warranto, under which the court asks a person whether he has the warrant or authority to hold a particular public office. So these writs are issued by the Supreme Court under Article 32 and by the High Courts under Article 226. Ninth question, the appointment of district judges is made by dash in consultation with dash. So you have to fill both the blanks. Options are A. President and Supreme Court, B. President and High Court, C. Governor and Supreme Court, or D. Governor and High Court. The correct answer is D. Governor and High Court. So the appointment of district judges is made by the governor in consultation with the High Court. Last question. On the civil side, what is the court at the lowest level known as? The options are A. Munsif Court, B. Civil Judge Senior Division, C. Judicial Magistrate, or D. None of the above. The correct answer is A. Munsif Court. So this Munsif Court is sometimes also known as the Civil Judge Junior Division. So this is the lowest court, and the Civil Judge Senior Division is senior to this particular court. Judicial Magistrate is not a court on the civil side, it is on the criminal side. Therefore, this is the hierarchy of the subordinate judiciary in India. So let me know your scores in the comment section so that you can compare it with others. Thank you for watching.